It's WNBL time. I'm here at the season launch, which is inside Foot Locker's new concept store in Melbourne. I'm so keen for this season. Let's go. Do you feel like there's almost like a bit of like new instilled confidence in you, like coming into the season?
Yeah, I think so. I think I've definitely been able to experience a lot of things that other girls haven't been able to. So I think, yeah, I'm looking forward to the season and hopefully I can bring some of the things I learned into this year.
And what are you most excited for in particular?
Oh my God, so many things. I'm so excited about so many things. I think, we have a lot of returners at the Perth Lynx, and then adding in pieces like Ali Wilson and Letitia Amaher, I think, God, it's going to be such an exciting brand of basketball, and the way that we play basketball at Perth is, the way that I love to play basketball. So I'm really looking forward to that.
A very different team to last year. You're one of the only players from then, but like, I guess that it can be exciting. You've got to experiment with some new players. Like, what are you looking forward to about that?
Yeah, so 2 returners, which is pretty crazy. So it's kind of been nice, like Saffron and I, like obviously with the help of Shannon, are just trying to like keep our values the same, keep our traditions and everything, and still representing that same Townsville Fire culture. And then obviously with 8 new players, we're trying to get to know each other, and then trying to figure out how to play basketball together. But I feel like with Shannon kind of at the front, and I feel like we all feel pretty comfortable and trusting in his system, and I think he'll do a good job of bringing us all together.
It has been a few years since you've been in the WNBL, Mariana. It's so nice to be chatting to you, but how does it actually feel to be back in Australia playing again?
It's so nice to be here in Foot Locker, a new sponsor of the WNBL, and to see the support that the WNBL has again. It's such a professional league, and I love getting out and seeing the community and how excited everyone is to have this upcoming season. It's so nice to be home.
So you've been playing in the US, you've been playing in college for so long. What do you think you've been able to kind of just learn over these years? Obviously, you've been there for quite a while.
Yeah, being in college, you learn a lot. It's definitely a life experience. I'm very fortunate to have gone over there and got my degree and had some incredible experiences. So, yeah, I'm just super excited to be back here in Australia now and start that journey.
It's another stacked side this year. Do you feel the pressure, though, from, coming in as, kind of the team to be this year?
I think pressure is a great word. You're blessed if you do have pressure on your back, and as reigning champion, teams are always coming out and putting their best foot forward because they want to take you down. So for us, we do have a really new, fresh group that's really exciting, and we can't wait to put our best foot forward and see what we can produce this season, which is hopefully another championship.
We are a very young team, but I think it's a really dynamic team, and there's a lot of great young talent coming through. And Shanice, she's still quite young. We forget she's been in the league for a few years, but she's been training great, and I'm really looking forward to her having a ripper season. And Bonnie Diaz, you watched her a little bit today.
Yeah.
She's really great. She's only 18, fresh out the COE, so I've got high hopes for her future and her career. And look, we've got some great imports that have come out, and they're nice and young.
You've got Steph Talbot back. She's definitely fully fit. Izzy Bourne as well. You said she had a pretty good off season. How are you excited about it? It feels like you've kind of got the core group back, everyone's just looking really good.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what Izzy Bourne can do. She's been killing the conditioning. She looks super strong. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what she can do this year, and obviously having Steph back. She's our main player, and having her back is super special.
Bendigo is a really experienced team. You've got a lot of just really strong players. How do you think that's going to kind of compete with, I guess, some of those other teams that've got really young teams, that really good dynamic?
Yeah, I think that'll be the challenge for us, is how we manage ourselves during the season, because we are a older, kind of more experienced team. We know our bodies a little bit better, but that's also going to be the challenge, to make sure that we're ready to go game after game. And on the other side of the coin, we're experienced, so we've been there, we know what it's all about, and so we know what we can rely on. But yeah, that's going to be fun. I think it's always the battle, isn't it, between experience and youth and athleticism and that sort of things.
You've got US imports, and you played in the US, so you kind of know what it feels like to almost be a fish out of water in a new country. So have you been able to, do you think, kind of help those girls kind of settle in and everything?
Yeah, I think it's really hard to be an import. I definitely didn't realise, and then I went to Darwin in the off season, and it was the first time I'd kind of gone to a new place, not known anyone, and it's hard. It's really hard socially. It's really hard to kind of find your bearings on the court, but we have 2 imports that have come in, so we have Lauren Cox and then Zaya Cook, that are both pretty early on in their careers still, so really trying to still prove themselves. And Zaya only got here this week. Coxie's been around for a while, so she's settled in, gotten comfortable. But yeah, it should be really exciting to watch both of them this year.
I think there was a big element of pressure leading into the Olympics because we hadn't medalled at the previous 2, and the Opals have a massive podium legacy. So to be able to win that medal there's such a peace about my mind right now. Like, so it really is even more than ever, like just playing to really enjoy myself and enjoy this part of my career. I haven't even really, the R word I don't think is that close for me right now. I feel like I'm still playing good basketball. I'm in a good spot to, I look after my body and I feel really good.
There's no other like Melbourne rivalry for you guys this season, so like I guess what kind of doors does that open? Maybe even creating a rivalry with another team.
I think obviously we're going to miss that rivalry with Melbourne, but like thank God there's a new license with the Geelong United, and I'm hoping we take all the Melbourne fans and Southside Flyers can just really grow and explode, and people can come support us. But I think definitely Geelong might be our new like crosstown rival.
You yourself, the first ever signing, like what does it mean to be a part of, I guess, history like that? Like what does it mean for you?
Yeah, I never really thought about it as part of history, which is hopefully Geelong lives on for a long time and gets to contain in their WNBL. And yeah, it's super exciting. That was obviously something that was really hard to turn down, and it's exciting for all regional towns in Victoria and Australia because a lot of country teams don't get the recognition, so it's really cool to be able to have a team reside in there.
I guess you have like been able to see how much those country areas kind of love their basketball, but how do you think they're actually going to get around the team like this season, being the only team Geelong, obviously?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think you have a lot of country kids that love basketball, so I think it's also cool to be able to show kids from regional areas that you can too. Like there's a pathway for you to be able to play for teams no matter where you come from and stuff, so it's super exciting.
You've moved 3 of the Perth home games to a bigger stadium this year, which must be exciting to kind of see. You've been in Perth for a while, seeing that growth in Perth basketball.
Yeah, I think the growth in women's basketball recently has been huge, and to get all women's basketball players on a bigger stage, to have more viewership, to have more ability to have more people in the stadiums, like it's only going to be a good thing for women's sport.
I often say success doesn't always look like cutting the net at the end of the season, but it does look like having a really good time and learning a lot from the season.